Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the Common Sense Crypto channel. As with you always, this is Rich doing another video today. So I hope you're all having a wonderful day today, wherever you are in this great world. We're going to talk about the narrative around the stock market. We're also going to talk a little bit about what's going on around crypto as well. I got to start with this from Mr. Man. The 1920s buildup. This is what's going on now. It was known as the Roaring Twenties. Everyone was making money. What came before the buildup? The Spanish flu, a pandemic. What came after the pandemic was the Great Depression, war, famine. Does this seem familiar? It does to me. You know, I keep saying it. 2024 looks a lot like 2007. Meaning 2025, we could see a crash like we had in 2008. But I think it would be far worse. And I think they're planning this crash because they're in a rush to get us into this new financial system, which is coming. But this is starting to become a narrative now. So word from Wall Street, my focus would be on hedging against an eventual market collapse. We're more fragile than we were at probably any point in the last 20 years, if not 30 years. All these people that are writing books and, going on these media tours talking about the stock market are all saying the same exact thing. They're expecting a major correction in the stock market. Now they're even talking about keeping politicians from investing in the stock market. And that's usually a sign that the top is in. When the crisis hits, you will wake up poor because the dollar is going to trash. Lightning fast is the flip of the switch. Yes, markets are propped up, Bitcoin stocks, only confirming I'm correct on everything. Now, Jim Rickards, I said, seems like a messenger of the elites. Well, here's Nathaniel Rothschild. The next crisis will hit during your sleep, and you will wake up poor. It will happen lightning fast. Music is still playing. Few do realize that every market is deep faked. So prepare. Buy physical gold and silver. Most likely, that's where Jim is getting his information from. And they always seem to say it's going to happen right before you go to sleep or during your sleep. I don't know where we're going to go from here. I just know this. Every single market we're looking at is definitely propped up. Even the Fed coming out with all these job numbers, they're made up job numbers at this point. And the $35 trillion that we're in debt, they keep adding to that debt. They're making things even worse as we go ahead. And I think it's because they never plan on paying any of that money back, because they know a reset is coming. China can now crack the same encryption algorithms used by banks with quantum computers. The quantum timeline just sped up overnight. Like I said, everything is moving ahead with quantum computers as well. Now, I do believe that the new financial system is going to run on quantum computers. Most likely, AI will be controlling the entire new financial system. How far away are we from this? Well, every time you turn around, there's a big announcement coming from IBM or Microsoft. So I think it's closer than we think. Everybody always said, this is 10, 20 years out, but it seems like it's only a few years away. Uphold will list RLUSD to the public. Uphold currently has staking disabled due to the threats from the current SEC. But that will be re-enabled once the administration changes. Now, people keep saying, where can I buy RLUSD? RLUSD has not even launched yet. You will get it on the exchanges, the same way you get USDC. And why would you invest in RLUSD? It's pegged 1-to-1 to the US dollar, meaning it's never going to go up in value. It's not like XRP. Breaking. Google backs construction of 7 nuclear reactors in the United States to power its AI data centers. AI is way beyond where we think AI is. But you take notice when Google wants to get 7 nuclear reactors in the United States, it's not a big deal. But remember a couple of years ago when they wanted to shut off the nuclear reactors and go full wind power and solar power? What happened with that? It's because they knew that there's no way the power grid can run on wind energy. You need nuclear energy. They live inspired glasses that block screens, escape the digital noise and distractions, just like in They Live. These glasses offer a break from the matrix of screens, helping you see the world without interference. An innovative idea you don't want to miss. When I seen this, I had to share it with all of you. And if you never seen the movie They Live, definitely check it out. It shows a lot of what's going on today. The movie was ironically made in like 1988, the same time that blockchain was created, the same time that BlackRock became a shell company for the elites. That's my honest opinion on BlackRock. There's no coincidence there. Okay, blockchain gets created. Same year, BlackRock gets created. I don't believe that happened by coincidence at all. BlackRock's trillion-dollar empire, the profits and controversies behind the world's largest asset manager. Now, inside of crypto, everybody hails BlackRock like, oh, they're here to save Bitcoin. They're here to make all of us retail investors rich. They're here to make BlackRock rich. That's who's going to get rich off of Bitcoin and those ETFs. So they go on to talk about how it's a vulture fund, or likened to a modern day East India company. CEO Larry Fink openly admitted in 2022 that the company prioritizes profit over social good. So they could care less about anyone. And they always seem to be wanting to build out in these third world countries. You ever take notice to that? Even now that Ukraine is war-torn, BlackRock won the bid to go and rebuild Ukraine. I still look at BlackRock as also a money laundering operation for Washington as well. You know, everything you see around BlackRock tells you why they have connections to the World Economic Forum. But when you talk about this on X, all of a sudden the Bitcoin maxis, you're totally wrong about BlackRock. BlackRock loves Bitcoin. BlackRock is going to be the biggest Trojan horse for Bitcoin. Wait and see. Goldman issues grim outlook for AutoZone, citing significant exposure to struggling working poor consumers. Well, the people that buy their parts at AutoZone can't afford a brand new car. And you know, one thing I could tell you about AutoZone, they are way overpriced. You know, I tend to do my own brakes, oil changes, things like that. You know, simple things on my vehicle. If it's something major, I'm taking it to a garage. But if you go to AutoZone and you buy a part, it's priced up at least 30% of what you could get it for online. So don't blame it on the working poor customers. The customers found out that it's cheaper to buy the part online. You know, Rock Auto is way cheaper than AutoZone. Tesla will be among the global leaders for autonomous driving and humanoid robots in 2030, according to Morgan Stanley. So here's what I find crazy in this whole thing, in this whole chart. So you see stocks, Uber, Lyft, Tesla, Alphabet, autonomous driving. So if Tesla is going to have robo-taxis way before Uber and Lyft, how does Uber and Lyft stay in business? Because I'm sure Tesla will be able to move people around cheaper than Uber and Lyft can, because they still got to pay employees. And then you look beyond that, humanoid robots. Once again, you see Tesla, NVIDIA, and a few others. But I think Tesla is pushing way far ahead of everyone else all of a sudden. But the crazy part about it is Elon Musk wanted to slow down AI in the United States and then turned around and released robots. But some people said those robots were controlled by humans. And other robots that he showed there at that event were also created by are controlled by AI. Now that's scary in itself. Thinking about AI controlling robots is scary. That could lead us to a Skynet event. Not that anybody looks at my post, but screw it. This comes from Hodl Monkey. Automated trucks roaring success. Shipping workers just got a massive pay raise. I mean, you see it, don't you? You can see what's going to happen. And he sent this to me. So now it looks like he's showing you what happens if trucks were to stop. But then he shows you Tesla's new semi exceeds DHL's expectations. Over a 2-week trial period this summer, DHL Supply Chain USA took a thorough look under the hood of the Tesla Semi, integrating the e-truck into 3,000 miles of normal operations out of Livermore, California. Now, I said it when they went on strike with the docks, with the ports. I said, sure, they're going to give a raise now, and I know they have an agreement not to go automate it, but you know they're going to weigh, okay, if we go ahead and we push ahead with automation, it's going to cost us X amount of dollars. So we just pay all these people, severance and just go fully automate it. Because that's the path forward anyway. They have to go in that direction. China is fully automated. So the US is not going to lag behind when it comes to automation. Same thing's going to happen with trucking over time. AI is going to disrupt every single business out there. It's going to take so many jobs, and you could see it coming. If you weren't a crypto investor, you would not even know that most of this is happening. But this has been happening for a while now. And I think our government is funding a lot of this as well. We're paying for the robots that are eventually going to take our jobs. That's what's going on. And a lot of people are going to end up on UBI and they're going to say, oh, it's so great to do nothing all day. But then they soon realize when they can't buy things that they normally buy with UBI, all of a sudden they're going to be like, oh, I need to go back to work now. Or, oh, I got to get off the UBI system. But they're going to create a system where once you get put on it, you're never coming back off of it. If you receive any type of government funding, you are going to be stuck on UBI forever. There's not going to be a way of escaping it. That's why I said it's so important to invest into crypto now and enrich yourself now before any of this even happens. Because if you're already retired and you're already rich, AI cannot take your job. And a lot of these cryptocurrencies that we're holding, utility-driven cryptocurrencies, they're going to take off long before the rise of AI. They're going to take off with the rise of the new financial system, but they're going to rise up into it. So you're already going to be getting rich before all of that even happens. And in that video I did yesterday, people said, well, how am I going to cash out my crypto? You're not going to want to cash out. You're going to want to be transacting in crypto at some point in the very near future. Because all of a sudden, every single merchant is going to be accepting crypto. There's not going to be a need to cash out on an exchange. That's the direction I see this going in. And it's not hard to see it because all of a sudden, once regulations come and institutional adoption happens, those institutions are going to open up so many doors, and it's going to happen at a very fast pace. But until it all happens, stay patient, stay positive, and let's get rich together. With that said, I'm going to wrap up this video. I want to thank you all for watching. I appreciate all of you. I'll see you in the next one. Have a great night.